Coming up on Fox News at 5:30, pipeline preparations could mean new jobs for qualified local workers. Plus, Ardmore police finished their investigation into a hit and run that claims the life of an unborn baby. And forensic evidence leads authorities to a suspect in a Garvin County murder. Fox News at 5:30 starts right now.
From the 12 Media Studios, Fox News at 5:30 starts now.
Welcome to Fox News, the region's only local news at 5:30. I'm Heather Sahr. First on Fox. A man already behind bars is now being charged for the death of an elderly Garvin County man. 41-year-old Martin High was charged Friday with murdering 84-year-old Glenn Brownlee inside his Wynnewood home last September. High is already serving time for robbery and burglary in a different case. Investigators recently matched High's finger and palm prints to those collected from the murder scene. Prosecutors say it wasn't a surprise High is their suspect. They were just waiting on enough evidence to charge him. Records show High is being held on a $1 million bond. He's expected back in court June 1st. Ardmore police are proposing that no charges be filed against the driver who ran over a pregnant woman, injuring her and killing her unborn baby. Yesterday, Ardmore police completed their investigation into the April 28th incident. Shelby Miller's family says it all started after a fight at a local bar continued in the street outside their home. They say when Miller went outside to investigate, she was run over, suffering a fractured spine and pelvis, a broken collarbone, and bruised lungs. She also lost her unborn child. Police say they don't have enough evidence to prove the driver did not act in self-defense.
At this time, we've presented the case to the District Attorney's Office for his review. We're asking him to look over it, to compare the facts and evidence of the case with his knowledge of the state statutes, and to determine if there was a criminal act that occurred or not.
Tonight at 9, we'll have more from police and reactions from Miller's family. New statistics show the risk of a fatal accident for teen drivers increases fourfold when traveling with multiple teen passengers. In a study by AAA, findings reveal that the risk of a fatal accident increases by 44% when a teen driver has one passenger under the age of 21. Their risk doubles when carrying 2 teen passengers and quadruples with 3 or more. However, data also shows when a 16 or 17-year-old driver was traveling with a passenger 35 years or older, their risk of a deadly accident decreased by 62%. A pipeline carrying oil from Canada to refineries across the U.S. is making its way to Texoma. The Gulf Coast phase of the Trans-Canada Pipeline project is set to begin construction in our area around August. The pipeline will pick up in Cushing, Oklahoma, and continue down through northeast Bryan County all the way through Houston. A work site will be set up just outside Durant city limits, where they'll be looking to hire welders and other skilled laborers. Today, a Trans-Canada project director visited Durant to talk about the project and what it will mean for local communities.
There's thousands of jobs that are involved in the construction of this pipeline. There are thousands of jobs that depend on a steady supply of oil. That's what Gulf Coast Project delivers.
Trans-Canada says the Gulf Coast Pipeline should be complete and in service by mid to late 2013. Republicans blocked the Democratic plan to prevent the rise of interest rates on federally subsidized student loans. Nearly all GOP senators voted no because Democrats want to pay for their plan by raising taxes on wealthy stockholders of some privately owned corporations. Almost all Democrats oppose a GOP proposal to take money from a preventative health care fund created by President Obama's health reform law. Interest on those Stafford loans will double on July 1st unless Congress acts. A federal court has warned Texas Attorney General Greg Abbott to turn over evidence in the state's voter ID case. If he doesn't, the 3-judge panel says the law won't be in effect in November. Judges are trying to decide if the law complies with the Voting Rights Act, which bans some states with a history of racial discrimination from passing new election laws without federal approval. Turning to weather now, a cloudy and noticeably cooler day, a big change from last week, even some hit and miss rain showers. Tom Hale brings us the latest from the Weather Center. Tom.
Thanks, Heather. Hey, it was noticeably cooler. We were in the 80s, pushing 90 last week at this time. Now look at this, a big batch of temperatures in the low 70s. And of course, across Texoma, temperatures pushed up to as warm as 73 degrees. I can't believe I'm saying that. Ringling 74 degrees. And of course, for the most part, we stayed, some of us, up to close to that 69-degree mark here. Bottom line is that we didn't warm up all that much today. Just look at the difference in temperatures, only about 9 to 14 degrees. What's going to bring tomorrow? Well, stay tuned, I'll tell you.
All right, thank you, Tom. A plot to blow up an airliner is foiled. Now experts are trying to figure out how far it could have gotten in an American airport. Fox News correspondent Kelly Wright has the details from Washington.
Experts in the U.S. are pulling apart a sophisticated new al-Qaeda bomb confiscated by the CIA as they try to determine if the explosive device could have slipped past airport security and taken down an airliner. U.S. officials are calling the recovery of the unexploded bomb a prize resulting from a covert operation in Yemen, adding a number of countries provided information and cooperation which helped foil the plot.
The plot itself indicates that these terrorists keep trying. They keep trying to devise more and more perverse and terrible ways to kill innocent people. And it's a reminder as to why we have to remain vigilant.
The new Yemeni president is promising improved cooperation with the U.S. to combat militants, saying the fight against al-Qaeda was still in its early stages. Because of the instability of the Yemeni government, al-Qaeda there has gained territory and strength, setting up terrorist camps and even acting as the de facto government in some parts. Top security officials say the bomb and the bomber are no longer a threat to the American people. There are no immediate plans to change security procedures at U.S. airports.
There'll never be a perfect system, and every time they innovate, we'll have to innovate as well.
The CIA is not disclosing exactly where they seized the device, but officials say the would-be suicide bomber had not yet decided on a target or purchased tickets when it was taken. In Washington, Kelly Wright, Fox News.
Just ahead on this trendy Tuesday, we take a trip back in time and up in the skies. And a new report suggests how to battle the problem of childhood obesity that now affects 1 in 3 kids. But first, here's a live look from our Sherman Tower Cam. Fox News at 5:30. We'll be right back.